We're visiting with Senator Gary Stanislawski from Tulsa about Senate Bill 1430. Senator, can you tell us a little bit about the bill?
Sure. The purpose of the bill is to provide protection for consumers that are contacted by debt buyers and try to rein in the debt buyers in terms of what all is legal for them to do when they're contacting the consumers.
And this bill would allow the State Department of Consumer Credit to oversee the debt collection industry in Oklahoma?
That's correct. In addition, it will provide some common sense solutions which will not interfere with the debt buyers' ethical practices, but eliminate some very unethical practices. For instance, debt collectors may not use threats of violence, which sometimes occurs today. Debt collectors may not tell debtors they've broken the law when they have not broken the law. That is used sometimes. Debt collectors may not use profane, racial, or ethical slurs. I've heard stories of people being screamed at by debt collectors and just using vulgar language. That's going to stop in this state. Debt collectors cannot call more often than once in a 24-hour period. It's abusive when they try calling every 30 minutes over the same subject matter. That just wears people down, and to me that's unethical. Debt collectors may not misrepresent themselves as working for any government agency. That happens from time to time and needs to stop. Debt collectors must provide valid information to the debtor which verifies the debt and shows it is within the statute of limitations. Too often the unscrupulous debt collectors will try to go after debt that's 20 years old, well past any statute of limitations, no documentation to the individual they're harassing, and it just needs to stop.
And tell us a little bit, why is the time right now for this bill?
Right now because, well, as we've seen in the mortgage industry with the robo-signing of debts, there was no true paper trail to tie a mortgage owner to the debt. Same thing is coming out in light today with the debt collection industry, and we want to be able to tie today, because it's a problem now, with is this a legitimate debt, is it being assigned to the correct person, and does the debt collector meet all of the requirements as I'm outlining here to properly go after the debt.
Senate Bill 1430 has passed out of the Senate committee this morning and hits now to the full Senate. What is the overall feedback you're getting from other legislators on this legislation?
Overall, I'm getting very positive feedback. Other legislators want to make sure that people are protected, and this bill goes a long way to protecting individuals, especially the elderly, from unethical debt collections.
And if you had a message to send to AARP members about the consumer protection that's included in this bill, what message would you send to older Oklahomans regarding this debt collection issue?
I would say that you have a right to find out all the facts of a debt. You should never feel intimidated by a debt collector. But if a true, legitimate debt is owed, we all know we have an obligation to repay our debts. But I want to make sure that seniors understand that abusive practices will stop in our state as soon as this bill gets passed.
Senator, thank you for visiting with us about Senate Bill 1430.
Thank you very much for having me today.